What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Dean, aka the Blue Crusader, and if you've been subscribed for a long time, you'll already know that. Now this is actually a really special video guys, and actually a huge thank you video. You've probably already got that from the title however, but basically we're just in GTA Online right now, and I'll tell you why in just a moment. This isn't a normal gameplay video, this is a huge video and a huge milestone for the channel. But before we get into things, I'm just going to be telling you that we will be playing GTA as some background footage just to make things just that little bit more interesting. So basically this is actually the celebration video for 1k subscribers on the channel, which we finally hit after like 2 or 3 years of actually doing it really seriously, which for a lot of people obviously that's a long time. You'll think, oh, it's not worth it, or maybe it took me way too long to get this, maybe there's no potential to get any further. Well, I disagree. I think that grinding things for long enough, you'll eventually get success, and for different people there's different kind of timelines, and people get and reach success faster or shorter at different rates. So this took me like 2 years, maybe even 3 years now of doing YouTube properly, consistently, like every day or every week. But I have actually had a channel since 2010. I think this channel since 2010, and I did have other channels dating back to even 2008. So I've been on YouTube, I've been in the YouTube game for a very long time, and to be honest, I discovered YouTube way before it was mainstream, and I don't want to say that in a way to brag or just say that, oh, I'm one of the oldest YouTubers, because that's not true. A lot of people did use this platform before me because it was made in 2005, but I have actually used this platform since like 2008 or 2007, I think probably 2008. And I did used to make like Lego stop motion videos as a kid, and I used to do so many different little creative things on there because I used to always love making videos and creating things, and that's always been my passion, which is why I actually went into filmmaking, and hopefully in the future I will get into filmmaking a little bit more extensively. But currently YouTube's the project, YouTube is the dream, and that's why we're making gaming videos and also some factual videos for you guys here on the channel. So let's cut straight into it because I'm wasting time explaining myself. Basically, this is my 1k subs video, and I've been actually planning this for a long time. It's been a long time coming actually getting to this point, and I'm actually really proud of myself. I don't want to toot my own horn too much or be too big-headed, because I know that in the online age, in the age of YouTube now, 1,000 subs isn't actually that much in comparison to what a lot of other people have, but to me 1,000 subs is a lot of people, and especially because I've actually got all of these subs legit. I've never sub-botted, I've never done any unorthodox way of getting subscribers, I've never done sub for sub. I've always tried to keep everything legit and consistent, which has probably harmed my growth because it's so much easier to grow in subs by doing sub for sub and these things. But I always wanted to keep my channel legit, which is why it's taken so long, but now I'm so happy that the hard work's paid off, and it kind of gives me more encouragement and an incentive to carry on, because for me it was never about the money, it was always about being happy and actually enjoying the creativity and making videos, which I always loved to do. I always used to make videos with my friends and gaming videos and always different kinds of videos, live action videos and films, and it's absolutely awesome that we've actually reached this point of 1,000 subs. So today's video is going to be quite long. I'm going to break down this 1,000 subs video into 2 different parts, and I had some other funny ideas which I could include. I'm not sure if I'm going to include them. I had an idea to do 1,000 dabs for every 1,000 subscribers, so literally do a dab for each subscriber I've got, kind of inspired by the kind of Mr. Beast style videos where he'll give away something like 4 million cookies to his 4 millionth subscriber, just something really interesting like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be including that, but first of all we're going to be doing a Q&A, so if anyone's not really interested in this type of content, that's fine, you can click off the video right now. This is just to thank all you guys who turned up on the channel, subscribed, and gave me some support, because it literally means the world, and it means so much to actually grow this channel. I know a lot of people that I do actually know have subscribed as well, and I'm very appreciative of that. If I know you and you've subscribed, or your friend, or even if you're random, I really appreciate that. It doesn't matter who subscribed as long as they're supporting, and I'm actually surprised at the level of people who have actually enjoyed the videos. So if you want to click off now, thank you for subscribing, thank you for watching the video, and thank you for staying as long as you have already. This video may not interest you, and it may not really be your style, and that's completely fine. We're going to be starting off with the Q&A, so just some basic questions about me and about the channel, and then we're going to jump straight into reacting to some of my oldest videos, because I think it'd be really funny to go back to some of my old videos and react to them. Now, I want to react to some of my oldest videos which do actually include my friends in it, and I'm hoping they don't mind, because This is us from many years ago, so I really don't think they care so much. I'm not going to say who it is anyway, so it's not like anybody will know who they are. But there's some really funny videos back when we were like squeaky kids and stuff that'll be really funny to react to. So we're going to jump into the Q&A right now. I did actually record half this Q&A already, but the hotkey to record was actually binded to one of the GTA keys, so I didn't realise it actually stopped recording. But we're going to jump straight into it. So a lot of these questions are actually off a YouTube tag. I was looking at different YouTube tag websites because it'd take a long time for me to actually ask these questions to my subscribers and get people to collect questions to ask me. But if you do want to ask any questions, maybe about my channel, how long it took to grow, what kind of videos were the hardest to make, what equipment I use, and what's the best way to get into YouTube, anything personal like that or about YouTube and channels, I will actually answer them. I'm really happy to actually support and help people because people have supported and helped me. I will actually cover those maybe in a different Q&A, maybe like 2k subscribers, so I don't mind covering those questions. Don't be afraid to ask those questions in the comment section below though, because I would like some suggestions for a future Q&A as well. But this is basically a YouTube tag and it's a Q&A of the most common questions. So the first question is, what does the Blue Crusader mean? So as a child I used to be really into castles and knights, and I guess that's where the Crusader word came from, because Crusader is basically a type of knight. I didn't really know about any of the connotations or the history behind the Crusaders or what they did really at the time. I was just a kid who, you know, looked at the armor and thought it was really cool, and I guess that's just where the name comes from, and my favorite color is blue. So it kind of turned into this character, an online alias, and it turned into a character in a universe which I've actually written about and kind of developed my own lore behind. So hopefully one day I do wish to turn that into maybe a series of books or series of films, but that's definitely a different future endeavour. So I hope that answers the question. It's quite a popular question where the name actually comes from. The next question is, what's your favourite drink? So favourite drink, I don't really have any favourite drinks really. I don't really drink any sodas or pops or fizzy drinks anymore. I guess I do have fizzy flavoured water sometimes, that can be always nice and it's not really too unhealthy. And almond milk I do drink a lot as well because that's good for calcium. Obviously normal milk's fine as well, but almond milk is really good for calcium and certain vitamins without obviously too many calories in it. Is quite good as a snack drink, which I guess those are the sort of healthy drinks. I do drink a lot of water every day. I guess for unhealthy drinks, even though I haven't really drank them for a lot of years, I do like Mountain Dew and I do like Dr. Pepper. I'm not really sure if those drinks have changed since I haven't had them. I'm not sure if they taste different anymore, but I haven't really had them for many years. But they did used to be my go-to favourite drinks. I used to drink a lot of energy drinks as well, but I'm really glad that I stopped drinking those when I was like 11. I used to go to like Lidl and Aldi, like those really cheap stores, and get energy drinks. But apparently after hearing about the energy drinks actually cause arrhythmias and heart problems, I'm really glad that I actually stopped drinking them, because apparently they do cause certain issues, so I'm really happy I don't have those anymore. But those were my favourite drinks at the time. What's your favourite animal? My favourite animal is actually the wolf. I guess you could call this kind of like a spirit animal of sorts, because the wolf is pretty important to me. I do have a story on my channel which talks about a black wolf and a story behind that, and that's because originally I did see like a black fox or a wolf or something, and it was a really surreal experience. And you can check that out on my channel. The whole story is actually on my channel there if you want to check it out. What country do you want to visit the most? I'd say country-wise to visit, I would probably say America. It's been kind of like a dream as a kid to visit America, mainly because I do consume a lot of American media. I read a lot of American articles, things on the internet. A lot of people I watch are American, a lot of movies and things are, so I guess it's kind of made this unrealistic fairy tale kind of perspective of the country. But I would still like to visit it because, as like all other different countries, there's so many different cool places to visit. So hopefully one day I will get the chance to visit that, because I've only actually visited one different country in my life, which was France, which was actually a pretty good experience. A lot of people don't really like Paris. I don't know why, because for me it was actually really fun. But hopefully at some point I'll be able to travel and have the money to do so. Maybe even vlog it on the channel. I don't know what the limits of this channel are, if it's going to get any further, if we're eventually going to reach 1 million subs. You really never know the future. The next question is, do you speak any different languages? I do speak 2 languages, but they're really small vocabulary sets that I do speak. I can speak a little bit of French and Spanish, but I really don't remember enough from when I was studying them in school to actually sustain a proper conversation. I could probably do like a really small conversation, like ask someone how they are, how their day is, maybe ask for food or order something. But anything further than that, I really don't think I could sustain a conversation. But luckily for me, English is the most widely spoken language in the world, I think, along with Spanish or some kind of Asian, Japanese language. So most people will speak English, thankfully, and I say most, not everyone, because it's not really their job to learn English. They don't need to learn it, but luckily a lot of people do know it, so I won't really have too many troubles with that. The next question is, do you have any siblings? I do have 2 brothers, but I don't have any sisters. What are some of your favourite YouTubers? So this is actually really cool as a question, and it will probably take me quite a while to answer. The reason being is I do have quite a lot of favourite YouTubers. I do watch a lot of YouTube. Oh man, this was a really bad idea. My vehicle's absolutely totaled. And I have actually wrote them down because I do have a list. And the reason I did this, and I'm going to tell you why I actually like these YouTubers, because a lot of them do make really good content. My favourite YouTuber, Shane Dawson's one of my favourite YouTubers because he makes really unique and quality content. On YouTube, you kind of see people make the same sort of things, you just see the same basic videos, the same ideas, people copy and pastor everyone's ideas. I try and be unique. I do actually have a document with all of my video ideas in. Recently I did lose my hard drive though, so I managed to recover some of those files, but I'm not sure. I haven't checked if I recovered my video ideas. If I lose my video ideas, it's going to be really problematic because I'd made a text file over time with like 400 different ideas for videos, so I'm going to have to think of new ideas if I run out of them. But basically, people who make quality content and unique content, it's very odd to find people like that. And Shane Dawson's one of them, and he's actually an old YouTuber. He's been on the platform probably longer than me, because I've been on since like 2008. He's been making videos for absolutely ages, and he's actually managed to sustain his channel. He's kind of like Philip DeFranco in the sense that he's been on the platform for so long, but he's managed to find a way to stay relevant, and he's still getting absolutely tons of views. And recently he's been doing some amazing documentary series. He did one on Jeffree Star, which is a YouTuber, and then he did one on TanaCon, which was like a major event that went downhill. And it's just really interesting how he documents things. He's a YouTuber, but at the same time he's kind of a documentary filmmaker, and he definitely does have a lot of talent, and I really look forward to watching his different parts of series. So Shane Dawson's definitely one of my top favourite YouTubers, and then Keemstar's one of my favourite YouTubers, mainly because he's just so funny. Obviously Drama Alert's one of my favourite shows. I don't mind when other people host it, but it's always the best when Keemstar hosts it, just because, like, I don't know, he always has like a funny laugh, or he like presents stories so funny. His reaction to the stories is really funny. Like, sometimes he tries to be kind of like in the middle, he tries not to show his opinions, but when he shows his opinions it makes it even more funny because he usually mocks people, especially if you see his Twitter videos. Keemstar is a pretty funny meme and he's really funny. So I do like Keemstar, I do like Drama Alert, and I also like Casty Campbell, who a lot of people probably don't know who he is, but I used to watch him when his YouTube name was Trained to Look Good Naked, because obviously I'm really interested in stuff like bodybuilding and weights and things like that, and he did used to do really good videos. But when he transcended or like switched up his content to pranks, he started doing some really good videos. So I'm really a fan of his videos. He does some really funny different characters, so I definitely check him out. Just a really funny channel in general, and I do like watching prank videos, especially the ones that are real like him, and just trolling people in public. They're just really funny videos. The next channel I really like is Boogie2988. Boogie2988 is like a really real YouTuber. He talks about like all of his life experiences, his problems and rambles, and I guess that's why a lot of people relate to him who are in similar situations. And even though he claims he's not perfect all the time, he does have problems. We do actually need YouTubers like that who actually allow people to express their emotions or their problems they're going through, and someone to relate to. So Boogie's definitely a huge figure in the community that we do need, and I'm really glad he does make those videos, because a lot of people with his similar problems do need help. And when I had certain problems like that, I did actually watch his videos and they did help as well. So Boogie is definitely one of my favourite YouTubers for that reason. The next YouTuber is KSI, basically just because he's like one of the top British YouTubers, and obviously you want to support people who are from your country, and he's just made funny content for so many years. He stayed consistent mostly up until recently when he had a small hiatus, but people need breaks, so there's nothing to hold him against it for. But yeah, he's been consistent basically most of the time throughout the years. He's always made funny content. Also, I respect the fact that even though he put in the most hard work, he was still kind enough to actually carry his friends to stardom and actually help them with their careers, rather than just saying, okay, I put all this effort in, now I'm not going to help you because you need to go through the same experience. So he's helped so many people and friends to grow big on YouTube, and he's just a really funny YouTuber. So KSI is definitely one of my favourite YouTubers, and I'll also be making a video on the whole boxing event later. My next favourite YouTuber is FaZe Banks, mainly because I'm really interested in FaZe Banks because he's not just a YouTuber, he has investments in so many different things, and he has a lot of different strategies. He knows how to make money, he knows the whole social media and online game. He's just a really interesting person to me. In the future I do want a podcast. He would probably be a good guest to talk about things. He's really into the whole Fortnite scene, he's really good at vlogging. He's great as a YouTuber, but he's also good in the business side of things and sort of running FaZe and running all these different partnerships. And I don't know, I think he's an interesting character. I like the whole Clout Gang movement and his loose change and things like that. He's an entrepreneur and a YouTuber, he's not just a YouTuber, so he's just really interesting, and when he makes vlogs I really do enjoy them. My next favourite YouTuber is Josh Peck, kind of in a similar category as Shane Dawson because he actually makes really good types of videos that are kind of unique. They're kind of the more common videos that the majority of YouTube would watch, but he definitely makes them more interesting and entertaining. And the same with Shane Dawson, like that side of YouTube I didn't think I'd be interested in. A lot of the people and guests in that side of YouTube I didn't think I'd watch. But watching Shane Dawson and then watching Josh Peck afterwards, because I know who Josh Peck is, he was in Drake and Josh, but I didn't know he had a YouTube until I actually watched Shane Dawson's videos. And going through Josh Peck from Shane Dawson, it kind of opened me up, both of those YouTubers, to a different side of YouTube. A lot of those kind of YouTubers I wouldn't usually watch, but I actually found out that I actually really enjoyed the content. They make a lot of funny videos like eating food with friends and then talking about like funny questions and things, so he's definitely one of my favourite YouTubers as well. Then we have Chris Jones, which is another fitness channel. It's kind of like a bodybuilding and fitness channel. He talks about tips, you know, on how to get fit, how to eat healthily, how to balance life and things like that. And he's from Physiques of Greatness and Pump Chasers. His channel's really interesting if you want beginner or even intermediate advice in bodybuilding and fitness. Just a really useful channel, and it's not all about money. He doesn't need to do videos, he has his own business, but he actually offers really great information to his fans. So he's definitely one of my favourite channels. Then we have Raka Raka. They do absolutely awesome prank videos. And then the last one on the list is True Geordie, because he's kind of a YouTuber who's cropped up recently in the past few months or maybe 2 years. And I did sub to him when he was on like 300 or 400k subs, so I have known about him for a long time. I can't remember how I discovered him, but now he's actually blown up to like 1.1 million subs, and I'm actually really happy for the guy because he's putting a lot of effort into his podcast. He's got a really great podcast, he's got a good co-host, great guests on his podcast. It's not just a boring podcast, he's a good host, his friend's a good host, and he's had some amazing guests on the podcast that makes it really interesting, even Robbie Williams. So definitely one of my favourite channels and YouTubers there as well. The next question is, who are your favourite Twitch streamers? So I don't actually watch a lot of Twitch, believe it or not, but I do have quite a few favourite Twitch streamers. One of them actually being Tfue for a start. So a lot of you guys might actually know from watching my channel, I do actually watch a lot of Fortnite and play a lot of Fortnite. I'm kind of on a little break right now, but I do usually play a lot of Fortnite and watch a lot of Fortnite. And because of this, I like to watch players who are obviously really good at the game. I'm quite good at the game, but there's players that kind of transcend that and who are way better than me. One of them is Tfue, who is so good that I thought he was cheating at one point, but all he does really is just exploit glitches and things. He's not cheating, but he's a really good gamer, he's a really good player, and he deserves all the success that he's been getting right now. So definitely tune into Tfue if you're looking for some awesome Fortnite action. The next streamer I like is actually Ice Poseidon, mainly because his channel's so unique. He falls into the category of those IRL streamers, people who stream in real life content, and they kind of do public trolling. They get into weird situations and troublesome situations, kind of things that you wouldn't get into in normal day, and they kind of do anything for content because obviously they've got to keep viewer attention and people watching. And Ice Poseidon does some of the crazy stuff, man. Like, he'll be confronted by people who say they're the mafia. He'll be like in really weird situations. He'll basically do illicit things that are kind of in between legality, and he'll troll people who are doing illegal activities, and he'll just find like really weird people. So it's just really fun content and it's really unique. Stormin TV, I also like his stream as well when he used to play H1Z1 more. He's a really good player. M60 for Jesus is also one of my favourite streamers just because he always gets raided by 4chan and these different troll websites, and he always has the best reactions to things, and I think he doesn't get angry at things. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's basically a streamer, and I guess he doesn't get angry. I think it's all an act. I don't really know. like if he's acting or if he's being serious. I think he reacts in that way to get more followers and viewers. I don't know if he's getting angry, but people really troll him and he goes over the top reacting, so he's a really funny streamer as well. Then we have TSM Daquan. He's such a really good player on Fortnite. I basically started watching him because he's really good with the double pump, and he's definitely one of my favourite streamers because you can watch people like this to show how they build, how they react to in these situations, and basically it lets you become a better player. So I do like to watch Fortnite streamers to basically allow me to get better at the game. My next favourite streamer is Pokimane. This is probably the only female streamer on this list that I do actually watch. I don't watch her regularly, but I do watch her occasionally, and I guess she just brings a positive vibe and she's always a happy person, and she does play with some of the best players and best streamers anyway, so it's always good content. And also in some situations, I guess when I was mainly watching her is when she was kind of new to the game. She was switching from League of Legends to Fortnite, so she wasn't very good at the game, and it was kind of funny watching her fails and kind of like her friends like dying and stuff. So that was kind of a funny situation, and she's always positive and kind of there's always like jokes on the stream and stuff, so that's why she is a good streamer as well. And then we have Steven FRA, who's one of my favourite streamers. I've only watched this guy maybe like 3 times, but he's already one of my favourites because since I don't really watch Twitch much, it's not really hard to be one of my favourites, I guess. But he has some really unique content. Like you'll see on the IRL section of Twitch, there'll be some super unique content. For an example, this guy's a bounty hunter, so he collects debts. He hunts for people who basically have to be in court and they're missing, and he like goes on warrants and bonds and things like that. Just really interesting stuff. If you've seen something like Dog the Bounty Hunter, you definitely want to watch this guy, because this isn't reality TV, this is real life. This guy's capturing criminals, he's busting down doors, he's acting on warrants. It's like some of the most unique and quality content on a stream I've actually seen, and you're always on edge when you're watching this guy, because I was watching the other day and it was night time and he was kicking down a door of this guy who was like a criminal or something. Just really great, interesting stuff. So Steven FRA is definitely one of the best streamers in my opinion on the platform. The next question is PC or Mac, what do you prefer? Well, personally I prefer PC just because I've been using a computer, I don't know how many years right now because I'm 20 currently. I've been using my own computer probably since 9 or 10, so I've been using it since probably like 11 years, 10 years, and I've just got used to PC. I can't get used to Mac now. It's just a really weird experience, plus more things are compatible with PC, even though Macs have been available for a long time, but I guess most things do have Mac compatibility. I guess Linux is less compatible with things, but I can't get used to Macs. I did study filmmaking in college and we used Macs primarily to edit with, and they just took so long to set up and organize folders, and everything was just more complicated. I don't know if it was just the teachers wanted to be tidy and they wanted to keep the workspaces neat on the computers, or maybe they took longer to set up. I don't know, but it was really frustrating. I really do prefer PCs. And one good thing about Macs though that I discovered is they seem to come with a lot of software just with the base operating system. Like there was a lot of different editing softwares and things on there. There was iMovie, there was Final Cut, which I think you do have to buy, but there was a lot of default software on there that came with the operating system that makes Macs really worth buying. But apart from that, I'm not really a Mac person. What are some of your favourite movies? So some of my favourite movies are The Warriors, which is kind of like a cult classic about gangs. I do actually have the book it's based on as well, which is very different. And I also like Space Jam. Space Jam is one of my favourite all-time films. I'm a really big fan of basketball, which we'll cover later, and that's just a magical film. I've watched that so many times. Most of my favourite films are films which are recent that just made me in awe, or films that I've watched many times. I like the Christopher Nolan Batman series, that's definitely one of my favourite series. I like the Dusk Till Dawn series, which is the horror series. There's so many different films. Inception's a great film. There's so many different films, especially from Christopher Nolan, which are just crazy and just makes your head spin. Interstellar was good as well from him. And other films, I Am Legend with Will Smith, which is kind of like an apocalyptic mutant zombie film. That was really unique and really great. I did watch that with my friends, and then after watching it I got it on DVD, so I've watched that countless times. I think I'm probably overdue to watch that film again because it's absolutely great. The next film is SpongeBob SquarePants. I have no shame in mentioning that I love cartoons. That's a great film. I would watch it nowadays as well. And I also like Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3, the reason for this is a lot of people don't like it because it's so inaccurate to the comics, and a lot of people really get annoyed that Venom looks nothing like his comic iteration. As a filmmaker myself, I kind of have to appreciate other people's adaptations or other people's ideas of characters if they want to adapt a current piece of media and turn it into their own universe. That's kind of what Sony did with Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man films were amazing. I think Sony's original Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire was some of the best superhero films I've seen. I think Spider-Man 3, I'm just such a fanboy of that movie. There's comedy, there's action, there's just everything you want in it. I like Spider-Man 1 because of the Goblin, but I also like Spider-Man 3 because the symbiotes in a film is absolutely awesome, and the black Spider-Man suit and Venom, ooh, that film is absolutely awesome. And I think the next one is Avengers Infinity War, because I watched that recently and it just had me crazy in shock how good it was. The special effects were great, the story was great, everything was great about Infinity War, but I've only seen it once, so I need to get that on DVD and I need to watch it now. The next question is, how tall are you? I'm around 6'3" to 6'4". I'm not sure what the specific height is or which of the two I am. I probably need to measure myself again. A lot of people do get surprised at this though, because they see me in a video and obviously you can't see the whole person, so it's kind of a shock to people, but yeah, I am pretty tall. What is your favourite sport? I used to love football a lot, that was my primary favourite sport. But I'm really interested in basketball, and basketball is my favourite sport. Mainly because I was just in awe of Michael Jordan's plays, his skills, his tricks, just everything about Michael Jordan as a player, and I was just a huge fan of the NBA Lakers, the Chicago Bulls, from playing NBA games, watching Space Jam, watching highlights. It was just crazy, and I guess that's why basketball was my favourite sport, and why the American thing earlier we mentioned is kind of prevalent, and why I want to go there, because I guess I've just been exposed to so much culture from that country. The next question is, what shows are you watching now? I'm currently watching the newest season of Luke Cage. I haven't really got far in that so far. I think I'm on the second episode at the beginning. And I'm also watching the newest series, or season if you're American, of Orange is the New Black, which I have no shame in saying that I'll watch, because it's not one of my favourite shows, but it's actually a really good show. And like what we mentioned before with YouTubers, with Shane Dawson and Josh Peck, you've got to try things that you don't think would be your style of media, or things you don't think matches your personality, or things you don't think you'd watch. If you watch them and give them a try, usually you'll find out they're actually better than you think. And this is the same what I did with this show. I'm a Netflix subscriber and I wanted to watch something new, so I clicked on this show when it came out. It turned out to be pretty decent, so I have been watching that, and since I watched the other series I thought I may as well continue with it. What was your worst injuries? I have had a few. I did trip over into a brick wall and hit my head extremely hard. I wouldn't be surprised if I had any brain or skull damage from that. I did also injure my hand with a plate accident, which just missed my vein and probably could have hurt me more than I'd like. And you can actually watch that video. There's actually a video about that story on my channel as well. Do you enjoy cartoons or anime? So we're going to start off with cartoons. Cartoons, I'm not ashamed to say that I actually really like cartoons. One thing to note is the background gameplay of GTA is just getting a little bit laggy because I've tabbed out of the window so many times. So we would be on around 100 FPS, but for some reason with GTA it's really temperamental, so it's down to 60 and 30. But yeah, I do like watching cartoons. I do love cartoons. SpongeBob, Scooby-Doo, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, all those cartoons I used to watch as kids I absolutely love. And Family Guy, Futurama, and I would definitely watch them today. If I had more time, I'd definitely invest it in watching more cartoons. As for animes, I never really got interested. Well, I was interested in them, but I never got into them, I guess, because I didn't have the time. The only ones I've watched are Pokemon and Digimon, if they actually still count, because they're very mainstream, so I'm not sure if you could count them as animes, and they're very Americanized. And Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are also some of my favourites, and some of the only ones I did actually watch. I did watch some other ones, I can't really remember what they were called, which were on some Sky channels as a kid. But yeah, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z I'm a really big fan of, but I haven't really had the time to explore the universe and watch enough episodes, or watch more episodes of it, which is a shame. So that is all the Q&A questions. So thanks a lot for watching this video. Like I said at the start of this video, this is going to be a two-parter, so I'm going to do a follow-up video reacting to my original videos as part of the 1000 subscriber celebration. So I'm going to be reacting to my old videos and old content on the channel. Sorry if this video was so long. I had so many questions to do in this Q&A and so many things to cover. If you managed to watch the video till the end, drop a comment in the comment section below saying I watched till the end, and I'll know that you watched till the end, and I know that you're a true subscriber. Drop a like on the video, and also I want to say for a last time, be sure to subscribe if you're new, and also I really appreciate the support. Everyone who's subscribed, everyone who's watched one video, everyone who's liked one video, left a comment on one video that was positive, thanks a lot for supporting the channel in any way possible. I really do appreciate anyone who supports the channel, and the fact that we could actually reach 1,000 subs, which is 1,000 people. Maybe small nowadays on YouTube, but 1,000 people is still a lot, and the fact that we've managed to reach that many people so far really gives me the motivation to carry on. So thanks a lot for watching the channel, thanks for watching this video, drop a like and a sub, and I'll see you next time.
Let me begin. I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't tell a sack up. Punk, you better back up. Try and play the role and yet a whole crew will act up. Get up, stand up. Come on, throw your hands up. If you got the feeling, then jump across the ceiling. Muggs is a funk fest. Someone's talking junk. Yo, I bust them in the eye.